Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. How are y'all today? It's Thursday.
It is Thursday.
There's our
So
little,
go ahead. I
I
don't
was just
even
going to
have
say,
my chat on. I still have it on.
oh, okay. So there's our little Carrie. She's going to be listening as she's getting ready for her cardio. Good morning, Denise. Hello, Froggy, sweetheart. How are you? And Denise,
Hi,
let's
Sierra. Hi,
see.
Denise. Really quick, Denise, I sent you the information for Zoom. I hope you got it. Hi,
Uh,
Robin. Hi, Old Joe. Hi,
She
Amy.
says, Denise says that she's making Bag O Day's latest blanket, the Ripple Chevron, making it in red heart yarn in colors soft navy, warm brown, medium thyme, and burgundy. Oh, my girlfriend, those are my colors. There's little Sierra. How are you, sweetheart? And crafting Amy. Good morning, Ola Joe. Robin. Molly, so good to see you today. Whoops, what's going on there? Come on. My mouse has been. Good morning, my lovelies. I'll be headed to bed
Oh,
soon. Okay, dokies. There's Michelle J. She says leaving her DNA this morning. Sierra said, Carrie, I got to round 6 and it's right and pretty. Denise
good.
said
I'm
she did.
so glad, Sierra.
And Denise said she did get your email or however it was you said you shouted out to her. When do you go to Zoom?
I usually go right after Alexa. Stop. I usually go right after we get done with the live, but we were listening to a comedy show. So as soon as the live is over, we've got probably 10 more minutes of that. So probably 15 minutes after the live, I'll be in there.
Let's see. Good morning, Jane. How are you, sweetheart? And little Carrie says, are you still team no sleep, Sierra? I think I said hello to Robin. Sierra says, until I make it out alive, Carrie. Good morning, Ellie. How are you today? She's going to be
Good morning,
mainly listening.
Ellen.
Ola Joe says, good morning to everyone. She is having coffee and still trying to wake up.
Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning, Sarah. How are you today?
Oh,
Now, I do
I
hope
haven't.
that as you were coming in, that you saw at the very top of the chat, Froggy went ahead and dropped our host link for this month's Crochet Combat. So please be sure to go and check it out and find out what you will be doing for the month of February.
I already watched it, but I'm
Yeah.
not going to say anything until everybody has a chance to watch it.
Yeah.
So
I would say give it till Saturday, then you can talk about it with Mara on your
I
channel
was
if you
I was
wish.
gonna I was gonna say I was gonna give it a week.
Oh, well, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, like when we're here Wednesday.
Yes. Michelle J says she didn't see it. Froggy, do you mind dropping it one more time, please?
You got to drop it on both sides, Froggy.
I think she did.
Hi, good morning, Lydia. Okay,
Good
Lydia,
morning,
really,
Lydia.
really
How are
quick.
you?
Lydia, really, really quick, and Denise. If it ever says when you're in Zoom, meeting ended by the host, that was accidental. Come right back because Kathleen had host last night and she was so tired. I forgot to get it back from her and she ended the meeting.
Folks, it happens all the time. Because I can attest that there's been times when I've been host and I've just clicked up there and I mean,
Hi, Robin.
honestly, it says, do you want to end the meeting? But we never seem to pick up that, in our brain. We just go ahead and log out anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, folks, there you go.
It gives you
Froggy dropped the Crochet Combat February. So go check her out, please. See,
thank you,
Robin
Froggy.
confessed. She did it. She has done it as well. So
Oh, Froggy and I have done it, and we've had our Zoom for a long time.
Sierra says it's super funny when Carrie does it.
Yeah.
Yes, little Carrie, I think everybody that has been given the host button has done it at least once.
I do it. I still do it. And because it says, do you want to end the meeting? And then under it, it says, assign a host. And if you hit assign a host, it gives you everybody in the meeting's name. And then you click on one of them and then you hit leave. And then you go bye bye. And it's, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Sierra. You know what's going to happen next when you're a host? She says, I haven't kicked anyone yet.
Yeah, she just jinxed herself.
Uh-huh. Awesome, Michelle J. Thank you so much. I, I'm just going to give you a little preview. You're really going to like it. I want to, real quick, those of you that are here, say thank you to those of you that participated in January's. I was the host, and all you had to do is make hats. I have a couple that I'm waiting on because one, I think, was trying to get her hats in and submitted some she had already submitted. So I want to give her plenty of time to put in the ones that she wanted. And then one I had to have resend because I guess because of the program I use, it doesn't like pictures that come from iPhone. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Even in an email?
Um, I think a lot of it has to do with the pixel size. And
Oh.
yeah, I have tried putting it like in a paint program. I have a paint 3D program where you can take a photo, put in there, and resize it.
Mm.
Yeah, Maureen's not too good with that. So,
What a pain in the neck. So the
mm-hmm.
comedian that we were watching, the show that that's on, it's called Being Married to Someone with ADHD. And oh,
Yes, yours are, Faith Louise. Yours were fine.
his
I was
name
able to
is
fix yours.
Drew Lynch, and
Lynch.
Lynch. He
Okay.
is hilarious, and he's talking about his wife, and he's totally describing me with all my. I did not realize how bad my ADHD is, but when he describes his wife and how she starts things, like she can be, I'm gonna clean, and I can go from I'm gonna clean to seeing a project to, oh, I'm gonna work on that, and I can take the project to my chair and be like, oh, well, I was working on this, so I'm going to work on that a little bit. And then I'll be like, oh, I want to, I really don't want to crochet right now, so I'll go work in the yarn room. Yeah, I'm going to go do, oh, my back's killing me. I don't want to do that right now. Let me see what else I can do. I'll crochet. Let's see what's on the left side of the chair. We'll crochet on that today. That's why I have so many projects.
Oh, yeah. Good. Let's see. I don't know if I said good morning, Faith Louise, but thank you so much for being here. Darcia,
Good
good morning
morning,
to
Faith
you.
Louise.
And Maritza, Little Carrie says it's the Carrie-itis to start all the things at once.
Well, it was funny because he said his wife will say, I'm going to clean, and she'll grab the vacuum cleaner and she'll be walking behind it, and it'll run into the coffee table, and she'll be like, oh, that's uneven. Let me fix it. And she'll unscrew the legs, and it'll be like this. And then she'll be like, oh, I need to fix that. And she'll look down at the carpet and be like, oh, there's a stain. Let me get that. And she'll walk into the kitchen. The living room's done. Let me walk into the kitchen. Oh, let me make a pie. Oh, I got to go to the store to get the
I'll be hungry
ingredients.
later.
Then I got to go to the store to get the ingredients. And as she's walking through the kitchen, she's got to go through the living room, and she's like, oh my God, what happened in here? And her husband said it looked like a murder scene. You did this.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, it was funny.
Little Carrie says, LOL, you are almost done with the blanket we started yesterday. Good morning, Laura. How are you? Molly says, that is me too.
It's bad.
Sarah wanted a joke. She said, Dad, Nightbot says, Dad, I'm cold. Go stand in the corner. I hear it's 90 degrees. Not all corners are 90 degrees, though. Mm-hmm. Little Sierra says that she's on round 6.
I'm on round 25.
Woo! Look at that. I was telling her I think that hot pink color really makes the purple and white pop. Very pretty.
And I'm really, you guys, I really am working slow on it because I'm really taking my time to make sure the stitches are right.
Yes, Ellie says it is beautiful. And yes, it is.
Thank you. So I'll put that up because I really can't work on it.
Well, hello, Stitching on the Hill. How are you today?
Hi,
Diana. Robin says it's looking good, but it's not done anywhere near done. Goodness.
No, there's 95 rounds.
Woo! Michelle J says, Jane, what row are you on? Lydia says her weather in Nebraska City is sunny with a temperature of 46. The wind is blowing at 6 miles an hour, and the current humidity is 84%. Woo! Jane says she's still on row 14. Michelle J's weather is sunny with a temperature of 49, 60 miles per hour wind, and 66% humidity. Goodness gracious. Excuse me.
I just went totally brain dead.
Oh, Jane, that's awesome. She said she didn't get much done on hers last night. She had fun with her granddaughter. Well,
but
that
she's
is
got to
okay,
get it done because her granddaughter wants it, which I think is awesome.
Oh. Well, Nightbot, what's wrong with you? We know Laura. Look her up, dude.
Yes, she loved it, Robin.
Michelle J says, I'm on row 0. I've only got 13 rows, then enclose the border for this before I start. Oh, good. Stitching on the Hill says that she's working on her February square. Nightbot, why did the A go to the bathroom and come out as an E? Because he had a vowel movement. Oh, my word. Nightbot.
Wow.
Yeah, that one he could have left out.
Yes. So it is official. This blanket is starting today. Now, for those of you who didn't want to start it until today, and then if you have something going on like Michelle does, she wants to finish that blanket until she starts it, that's fine too. But we're going to be working on it in Zoom after the live.
Yay.
We have to finish watching that comedian. Oh my God. It's only a 15-minute
Little
segment.
comedy clip.
Yeah.
I'm doing just fine stitching. Didn't sleep too well last night, but nap hasn't kicked in yet. So I'm hoping that I don't have to take a nap today because I just got too much to do.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get a nap yesterday. Oh, yeah. Did I get a nap? I got a nap yesterday because that's how Kathleen got
I
host.
got host.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, before we get on to some other topic, let me say thank you to all of you that have popped in early to join us today. You know, we always appreciate every time that you're here with us. Good morning, Paula. And if you're in the Zen garden, we appreciate you being here, just listening to us. We'll be sure and keep you up with what's going on in the chat. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much. Just please remember to leave your thummy prints on both of our channels, and then just leave us a comment to let us know that you watched us. We would greatly appreciate it.
Good morning, Paula. Good morning, Amanda. And good morning, Laura.
Good morning, Laura. And I hope I said hello to Amy a little bit ago.
Good morning,
I know
Mimi.
she's
Welcome
been here.
in. We have Mimi Loves Crochet.
Well, good morning, Mimi. How are you? Oh, awesome, Darcia. I'm so glad you got it. That's awesome.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just don't know what to talk about today. Good morning, Angela. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning, Angela and
Sean.
Sean.
Oh my gosh. Your yarn that Carrie did for you is so beautiful.
Ooh.
It
What'd she
was
spin up
you,
for?
wasn't it? It was Sean and oh my gosh, it just and Debbie. Am I right? It was you, Sean, right? I'm pretty sure.
Well, Sierra, I hope you get some much needed rest, sweetheart. Little Carrie saying, oh my gosh, yes, it turned out so pretty.
Okay. And you wanted the sparkles. It's beautiful. So it's really close to coming your way.
Oh, awesome. Can't wait to see it, she said.
Yeah, it takes some time to do from getting it. Well, yours took a little bit longer because um the lady that at the OFFF that did the binding at her house. So
Oh,
Carrie had to wait for her to get it. Good morning, Nana Mama Cat.
good
You
morning,
kicked
Nana
everybody out of Zoom last night when you went to bed.
Cat.
It was so funny.
Which is okay, Nana Cat, because it happens to everybody at least
It
once.
it does.
It's almost like a rite of passage.
It is. I tried calling you because I wanted to laugh, but you didn't answer the phone.
Oh, goodness.
Whoever wants the mystery skein, that's all done, and sparkle skein is almost done. Yeah, so Debbie's is done. I've worn off my fingertips.
Oh, goodness. Oh, that's awesome, Sean. She says, sounds good. I'm having surgery next Thursday. I'll try to get on a live and let you know when I get it.
Oh, good deal, Sean. Yeah, she's almost done with yours. Terry. Oh, I'm working on the There and Back by Crystal Skies. By Crystals and Crochet. And then I
Uh,
have probably 200 whips.
well, Maureen doesn't have near that many. In fact, Maureen going to have to stop just a little bit and get some of them finished. I am working on a
Hi,
little knotted
Teresa.
lovey. This is his name is Dino the dinosaur. I had already made one in the 4-weight, and so I wanted to see what it would look like in the 5-weight, which I thought this was. I should have looked at the label. I said, "Oh yay, some bulky yarn." Yeah. Um, the one thing I will say is don't use what is it, hometown for this, even though it is a bulky yarn. It's a little too stiff as far as I'm concerned. I'm kind of wondering how it's going to knot up here on the legs because, as you can see, it's pretty stiff. It's not as flexible, but I kind of attribute that to a couple of things. This is a 6-weight, and with me assuming it was a 5-weight, I used the wrong hook sizes.
Oh.
I am a determined little booger, and so I'm like, well, I'm going to keep with what I started. That may be getting ready to come bite me in the butt. So we're going to see. But I'm working on that. And if you watched us on Twisted Fiber Friends Sunday afternoon, we have started a shawl pattern that is actually a design by Daniel from Paw Ply Yarns. It is called Parallel Paths, and I am working on doing that for myself. So um, I hope to have that entered in this month's crochet combat. But again, it
Oh,
depends on if I get it done or not.
okay, so Mama Cat did not hear the rite of passage, so I'll tell you that in a minute. She asked for a joke. I'll tell you something about German sausage. They're the worst.
Oh my goodness.
WURST.
Like Brockwurst.
Yep. Um, and Mama Cat, I said that you kicked everybody out of Zoom last night. Missy, you should join the Zoom group. Anyway, you kicked everybody out of Zoom last night when you went to bed. You were so tired. And Maureen said that was a rite of passage. And we were all just laughing at you, laughing with you. Because it's funny when people do that. This group
Peeps.
are very advanced crocheters.
Ah,
No.
sweetheart. Uh-uh.
Mm-mm.
Little Carrie says she's getting stuff ready to hop into the car. She'll be listening while driving to PT. Well, okay, sweetheart, just listen, no texting. Little Carrie says we might be a bit too rowdy for sweet Mrs. C.
Oh, I don't think so. No,
Mm.
it's okay, Nana Cat.
That's why I said it's a rite of passage. I mean, to be the host, you have to kick everybody out at least once. Now, you can kick them out as many times as you want to, when you're host, but I'm just saying.
It was so funny when you did it. If I could have taken a picture of the reaction on my face because I hadn't hit Alt Q yet. And I was like, how did I do that? It's like magic. And then I was like, I never took host back.
No.
Kathleen did it.
Mimi says, I'm doing my first loom beanie from my local crochet group. Well, that's awesome. I do hope you'll share a picture with us once you get it finished. Little Carrie says, okay, I'll be on my best behavior there and when she's there. Jane says, okay, I look forward to doing that someday, which means, when she gets to be host, she looks forward to just booting everybody out.
This blanket is not a hard blanket. The first 4 rows, a few people had trouble with. We do help each other out. That's what it's all about. It's about helping people that need help.
That's right. Hey, Teresa, I saw you came in a minute ago and I wasn't ignoring you, sweetheart. I just got onto something else. I was chasing a squirrel.
Hi,
And good morning,
Suzanne.
Suzanne. How are you?
You're waiting for what teal one, Teresa?
A teal blanket?
This one?
She said teal, Teal.
No, she said Carrie is your whip yarn eater. It appears so
Oh,
dimensional, gorgeous.
well, Teresa say, oh, little Carrie. I'm sorry, I saw the wrong Carrie. She's still waiting on the teal one. No, Suzanne, yours was fine.
Um, this blanket takes 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 skeins of yarn. 1,500 balls. Because it doesn't say how many. Oh, yeah. 320 yard, 22 yard balls.
Suzanne said, okay, yeah. No, the problem I have with some pictures that come from iPhone is whenever they load up in my email, they're like the whole page of the email. And those are very difficult to shrink down without losing some of the quality of the picture. So, but others that come through are just like normal pictures.
Good morning, Tiffany.
Good morning, Tiff. How are you today?
You're fine, Michelle.
Oh, Teresa says little Carrie was going to spin some teal fiber from the first fiber festival. Oh, gotcha.
Oh, yeah, the hush hush fiber.
Sorry, I've got a cough this morning.
Well, stop it. No
Well,
getting sick.
well, no, it's not getting sick. It's just allergies. It's very windy down here. It has been the last few days. And chilly. Sorry.
I'm coughing.
Yeah, but that's because your coffee went down the wrong way. Good morning, Noe. How are you?
Good morning, Noe.
Yes, ma'am.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow
Yes,
we
ma'am.
might start 15 minutes early.
Like 9:45 my time.
Yes. Because I
Okay.
have my spa day tomorrow.
Okie dokie.
Maureen, we have
Oh, Mimi,
schools
I am
closed with
so sorry.
illnesses. Oh my.
Yeah. The last year that I taught, let's see, it's been 4 years ago now. Uh, I'll tell you about the bluebonnets here in a minute, Denise.
Yeah, I'm all
We
right.
had we have so much sickness. The flu was going around horribly that they had to. We closed the school on a Thursday afternoon, like around 2 o'clock, and they spent Friday and Saturday literally bombing. They said the school with stuff to just clean out all the bugs, and then they had a have vac unit come in and clean out all of the vents and the AC ducts and all that kind of stuff to just try to get everything out of there. It was horrible. I mean, we had whatever the threshold is that allows you to go ahead and close schools on an emergency basis because of things like that. We had reached it within like 4 days.
Denise, Maureen is from Texas.
Yes. And the picture in the background is from a fence post, a location out at my little goat farm that I have out in West Texas. And it just was a perfect picture, kind of ties in everything about West Texas. The bluebonnets, the cactus, and some of the little wildflowers back there in the background.
And so, because it's hers and my life, that's the picture that we put in the back.
Mm-hmm. Oh, goodness. Noe says, all right, it's raining here. I wanted to get out today, but it's pouring and threatening storms, I'm thinking. Flooding. Okay. Mimi says, Texas schools are doing the same. Deep cleaning, RSV, flu, and others. Yes, ma'am, I know. But it's just that time of the year. Temperatures fluctuating. Of course, it is flu season. So, yeah.
Oh, Mimi's in Texas.
She's
She's
in
in
East
East
Texas.
Texas.
What
And
part of
so
the.
is Denise.
Well, I did not. 30 minutes outside of Austin.
Elgin.
Elgin, sorry. Yes. She's 30 minutes outside of Austin in the town of Elgin. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Mimi's in Tyler.
Oh my gosh, I read that series book from Harlequin. It was a good book. I mean, it was a good series.
Oh, and Sean's in Leander.
Oh
Well,
my
Wayne,
gosh. Stand up if you're in Texas. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
uh, Wayne's family is all from around Crosby and Beaumont. Sarah says the stomach flu is getting really bad here.
That's no good. Oh,
No, no,
it's
no.
9:30. I mean, it's
Oh,
8:30.
yes. Yes. Time for our devotional.
Okay, now we're on the 33rd day. You guys are going to have to keep me because it's called the 366 Days of Life.
Okay.
And it does day 32. So tomorrow will be day 33. And
Right.
it goes to 366 days. So we'll have to keep reminding Carrie what day we're on. So day 32. Love is its own reward. Love alone is sufficient unto itself. It
Amen.
is its own end, its own merit, its own satisfaction. It seeks no cause beyond itself and needs no fruit outside itself. Its fruit is its use. Love is our deepest identity and what we are created in and for. Richard Rohr, Rohr. Dear God, we pray that you help us come to know our deepest identity. The whole cosmos lives and moves and has its being in you. From you, every family on earth takes its name. You are love. We must fully experience you in loving and being loved. Let us fully grasp how we are made in love and are fully and unconditionally loved. We are created to give and receive love. We love for love's sakes and for no other transactional purpose. Love is its own reward. And it doesn't say amen, which I find really weird. But that's the end. That's the end.
Oh my goodness.
Second King 2:23 and 20. Was that?
That was the answer to Noe's question. She asked if anyone knew about the Bible verse where some kids were making fun of an old man. And so when
Oh,
yeah,
oh. Tomorrow is a quote from Martin Luther King Jr. Okay, so the random act of kindness. This is a good one. I remember.
hello, Sharon. Sharon, how are you today?
Good morning, Sharon. Share your knowledge or skill by volunteering to teach a class or workshop. Share your knowledge or skills by volunteering to teach a class or workshop.
You know, schools are looking all the time for volunteers to come in and share a craft or, like she said, some kind of knowledge that you have, especially in the younger grades. Um, it's a great, Robin says, does teaching count, Jane?
Does teaching Jane count?
Oh, does teaching? Yes, it does. Yes, it does, Robin. There you go. But they're
Does
always
teaching
looking for.
Robin count?
Well, I'm not going to go there. Read to a young group. That's right, Mrs. C. Is there really a calling for the art of catching shoplifters? Yes, ma'am. That's why they have silent shoppers. Did you not know that?
I was kidding, Robin, sweetie.
Little Tiff said, yes. Little Tiffany says, isn't tomorrow Groundhog Day? Don't know why I just thought of that. February 2nd.
Read to a young group. That's good. I'm not,
Mm-hmm.
lol.
But yes, especially us that are crocheters, knitters, even someone who sews, high schools, and I think even junior highs love when, like in
Really,
the
Mimi?
what
She said that
the
was
what?
her line of work for 20 years.
Yes,
A silent
see,
shopper.
mm-hmm, yeah, yep. But when I was going to school, it was called home economics. I think now it's called life skills. Uh, we had folks from, different walks. We had a baker come in and teach us how to make pastries. We had a woman that came in and shared her experience with crocheting. We had several ladies from the quilting group come in and show us, the procedure, how they laid out. And we even made a very small little square ourselves. So there's lots of things that you can volunteer for to share just up at the school.
How do you get to be a silent shopper?
Well, right there. Well, Mimi, tell her or
Yeah,
tell
I
us.
want to know. I wanted to know. Um, I silent shoppers were actually used to check all areas of the store, cleanliness, friendliness, and such. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so I worked at KFC and they had silent shoppers come in or go through the drive-through mostly, and I got fired because I didn't suggestive sell. Hi, Carla. Good
Oh my
morning.
goodness. Good morning, Carla. How are you today? Ellie says, my son's high school has a crochet club for students and their parents. Last year, I went with my best friend and her daughter, but I couldn't get my son to go with me. Mimi says, silent shoppers are paid via their purchases and limits are set. Michelle J says, Danger wants his yogurt. Little Car- are you where you're supposed to be? You better not have texted that while you were driving, young lady. Uh, let's see. She said, volunteer to teach a class, you say? Ha ha ha. Goodness knows it can feel like I'm volunteering when I've taught crochet classes. Mimi says, loss prevention is only employee and customer thefts. Oh.
Hmm.
Well, I'm just saying, Keto, what a beautiful kitty. You mean Carrie? What a beautiful kitty. All I can say is just
Thank
because
you.
you're a home ec teacher or a life skills teacher does not mean that you know all of the crafts that are out there. Um, so I just say if you've got a skill that you really, really enjoy and are willing to go up and demonstrate it, I know that there'd be lots of teachers that would just say, come on, you're parked. Okay, girlfriend. Oh, Tiffany says, I'm starting a new project today that I've been planning for the last 2 weeks. I'm
Oh, you
excited
guys,
to get it
I have
started.
to
That's
tell you.
awesome.
I have to tell you. So, remember, we had to get a new car, and my mom was like upset with me because she wanted my car because it was nicer than her car and newer than her car. And so she went out yesterday and she got her a new car. Well, she wanted a 2020 Hyundai
Hmm.
Tucson.
Hmm.
She ended up getting a 2022 Hyundai Tucson. She had the maximum
Woo!
amount of money that she was going to spend in her head, and she
Hmm.
wasn't going to go any higher. And
Right.
she had this salesman that was only 18. Can you believe it? 18.
Goodness.
And he says, "Okay, we're going to have you sign all these papers." And she said, "No, I'm not signing any paperwork. We're going to get down to the money. I want to know how much you want for this car,
Yep.
and because I'm only going to pay the amount that I have in
X
my
number of
head, and
dollars.
I'm not going to pay any more. And he said, well, we're selling it for, and she said, well, I'm not paying that much. And he says, well, what are you willing to pay? And she said, well, not that much. And he said, well, how about this much? And she said, well, you're getting closer, and however they were working it. But she got
Yeah.
it for the price she wanted it. Plus, she got the sales tax, the registration, the tags, the license plates.
Yeah.
The
All
only
thrown
thing,
in.
mm-hmm.
Yep.
And she said it was so funny because my brother-in-law went with her.
Ah!
And she goes, am I scaring you with my driving? So this car, when you turn on your blinker to switch lanes, it will tell you if there's a car behind you that's going over the speed limit, that's coming up fast
Mm-hmm.
on your left or your right. It will
Yep.
tell you there's a car coming.
Mm-hmm.
And she
Does
said,
it make
Carrie,
a beeping sound and flash a little car emblem
mm-hmm.
in your outside mirror? Yeah.
And she looked down and she goes, oh my God, Corey, I'm doing 80 miles an hour. the It's 70 miles an hour on the freeway that they were on.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, yeah, it rides really nice. She said, I'm not going. She's told me, she goes, I wasn't going home with the army green or an orange. And then the next color was a white, but they didn't have any color choices.
Oh, oh my goodness. Uh,
Okay, Carrie, love
Tiffy
you.
says, Elijah says, hi, Miss Carrie, Danger, and Miss Maureen. Well, you tell
Hi,
Elijah we said hi
Elijah.
back at him. Yes, he's waiting for his yogurt. Not that he minds sitting there in Mama's lap and getting some petting.
He sleeps with me
Mm-hmm.
when he's not abusing his big brother. Yeah, he's not getting yogurt yet.
Faith Louise says, I'm sure they would appreciate me coming to teach what I do at work since it is in the STEM field. Well, that's awesome, Faith. What do you do? Excuse me. I don't know that Granny D is in. I think that's just Nightbot dropping her link. Oh, look at him.
He just sneezed.
Oh, a software developer. Well, yes, ma'am. They would love to see you there, sweetie. I was a high school or secondary teacher. I taught grades 7 through 12. I taught in a small school system, so taught all of them. Yay! Thank you, Elijah says.
Go. You're getting hair all over me.
I loved it. I tell you what, it was really hard the first year after I retired. Um, come about, July, first part of August, it was like, I'm supposed to be doing something. I'm supposed to be getting ready for school. And no, you're not supposed to be getting ready for school. You're done with that. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I miss the interaction with the kids. I really do. It got to be the politics, administration, dealing with parents, that kind of thing that just after 30 years just kind of started wearing me down.
Danger.
I love when his ears get very pointy like that.
Get down. Go.
But I want to, Mama. I's comfortable here.
Go. Oh, he's got the stink eye happening.
Uh-huh.
How about substitute teaching?
No, I'm too much of a control freak, I guess you could say. It would be very difficult for me to walk into another teacher's classroom and not be able to do things the way I would want it to be done, like discipline and yeah, no. After teaching for 30 years, you kind of get stuck in your ways of how you expect things to run, and that's not fair to the teacher that you're going in to be there just for a couple of days, nor to the students either. So it's just best for me to look at it from afar.
Well, aren't you teaching right now?
Yes, I'm teaching a college course at night, but that's virtual. So yeah. That's right, Mrs. C. As a sub, you're only a placekeeper. Yep, just a warm body sitting there trying to make sure nobody hurts anyone else. Mm-hmm. Yep. And if the classroom doesn't get tore up, right? But yes, right now I'm just a virtual teacher, so.
That's still a teacher, and you're teaching it to the high school students?
Yes. These are kids that are trying to get an extra college course in because, now juniors and seniors can get what's called dual credit. They can get a college credit right along while they're earning a high school credit. So sometimes schools have more kids than they have time slots for them to be able to take their classes. And so this past year, I've been working with those overflow kids. As long as they're willing to give up,
Sorry.
No, that's all right. As long as you're willing to give up an evening during the week to take the course, then I'm happy to teach them. Good morning, Brenda. How are you? Oh, Mimi, that's awesome. I've placed a lot of gratitude to many of my teachers for sending me in the right direction in some things. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad they were there for you. My kids' high school did that. They both started college as a sophomore because all of the classes they took. Some colleges will allow, it depends on if your high school is hooked up with a 4-year college or a 2-year college. If you're hooked up with a 2-year college, some students can start, as sophomores, but I do know that your GPA has to be at a certain point. But you definitely can start as a junior and, go from there. So many students will graduate high school going to the college of their choice, starting as juniors. So, that's really good. And besides that, it's a lot cheaper too. I'm not kidding you. My 7th grade PE teacher also taught my aunt, who was in her 60s when I started 7th grade. Oh, That's awesome. Carla says, my son is a high school English teacher. Sharon, that's called teenager hormones. Yeah. Eighth grade is really a hard year, especially for girls. It just really, really is. For boys, it doesn't hit until about the ninth or 10th grade. I loved teaching eighth graders. I mean, I honestly did. When I first decided I was going to be a teacher, my goal was to teach seniors because guys, you're going to laugh. I wanted to be the last person they saw before they headed off to college. I mean, I was just that full of myself. I really was. But, and I got what I asked for. I taught junior and senior um, level math classes. But after that first year, I realized that there were so many students that we were passing on through that didn't have the fundamentals. They really didn't. And I spent more time going back and reteaching what they should have already known in order to take the course I was teaching. So, about 4 or 5 years in, I asked, could I please, bump down a few grades? And I was very fortunate in the school that I was teaching at the time that we were literally a campus of 7 through 12. And they needed an eighth grade teacher at that point. So I taught eighth grade math, algebra 1, and geometry. And folks, I loved it. I found my niche. And then after that, for the rest of the time I was teaching, I always taught eighth graders algebra 1 and geometry. And then about the last 6 years I was teaching all of it. Eighth grade, algebra 1, algebra 2, geometry, couple of pre-cal classes. But like I said, I taught in a small school district, so you wore many, many hats. Mimi says, oh, that's right. Michelle said all the teachers at their school were certified to teach from Washington University here in St. Louis. Yes, third of the price per the credit hour. That is exactly right. Mimi wants to know, why is my granddaughter, who is in the fifth grade, going so hormonal? She is very active in soccer as a goalie. It's like they come into this world grown. Yes, ma'am. That's right, Ellie. She says, my son will be graduating with his high school diploma and his associate's degree this year in May. He's a senior and in the fall will be going into college as a junior.
Wow.
Oh, Faith Louise, I am so sorry, sweetheart. She
That's
says,
what
I
I
was
wanted
bored
to
in
be.
that class.
Denise was an accountant.
Well, you definitely made more money, Denise. I can tell you that much.
I ended up doing payroll accounting for from March to September, and my husband passed away in August, and I worked till my birthday, and I couldn't take it anymore. I had to be home with
Mm-hmm.
my babies.
Mimi, a lot of people say that 2 plus 2 is still 4, and x plus y can still equal z. I don't think it's so different. I honestly think that it is the presentation. Oh, you worked for the state of Texas, so yeah, there you go. That's right. Any government employee. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. Honestly, folks, math is not different. It's just that what I found as the years went on is that we were pushing, and I still believe this with all my heart. Um, we were pushing concepts down. Like, let me give you an example before we close. Do you know that your kindergarten students right now, uh, yes, ma'am, it is, and that's all I'm going to say about Common Core. Do you know that your little kindergartners are already learning algebra? Because we teach them, we want you to put all of the red cubes together, all of the yellow cubes together, and all of the blue cubes together, and then add them up and tell us how many you have. Well, if we take the yellow cubes and the red cubes and put them together, are they the same amount as the number of blue cubes that we have? That's your idea of x plus y equals z. So,
Wow.
but see, we give it the name that they're learning algebra. They're not learning algebra. What they're learning is they're learning groupings. They're learning to count, and they're looking to see how things relate to one another. So that's all I'm going to say about it. But I will say that in Maureen's opinion, all right, don't go out there and say that this is that Common Core is bad. But in Maureen's opinion, there are some good things about Common Core. I will admit to that. But I believe that the way that it is presented to our kids is wrong. We're taking their natural ability to investigate and to explore the world of mathematics, and we're messing it up. So that's Maureen's take on it. That's Maureen's opinion. And Maureen stands behind it. Thank you,
And
Maureen. Please remember to be the light out there in the darkness for someone today, because you never know. Could be your light that they need to see, including math. I love you all. There's Janice. How are you, sweetheart?
hi, Janice. We'll see you guys later. Be a
Tomorrow,
blessing.
remember,
Have a
15 minutes
blessed day.
early. 15
Yes.
minutes early tomorrow.
So tomorrow's an hour early, an hour and 15 minutes early than today. Love you guys.
Bye, 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 bye.